7 states,
7 ambassadors.
come and check out the excitement at Victoria with me.
I'm coming your way.
I'll see you in New South Wales. Wait, you'll see me in New South Wales.
Tasmania, I'll be there.
I'm going to South Australia.
Discover Western Australia with me.
Expect the unexpected with me in Canberra. So are you ready for this?
Because this is my Aussie adventure. Welcome to my Aussie adventure, and this is our last installment for the series here in Queensland.
That's right, Queensland is a city, beautiful cosmopolitan city. There's nature, there's city life, there's what else again?
Beach life as well.
Oh yes.
And you know what? Oh, got stylo people everywhere as well.
Ah.
Speaking of stylo, let us introduce to you our stylo Aussie ambassador.
Stylo indeed is our Queensland Aussie ambassador Jacqueline. Shy in person, but nevertheless ready to squeeze every last drop out of life.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, and here she is in the flesh. Let's welcome Jacqueline.
All right, Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I've got a question to ask you. How are you with speed, height, and worms?
Oh, no problem. Bring it on.
All right,
it
very
on.
adventurous. Good stuff. Okay, on we go to our first adventure. Queensland lies in the northeastern corner of the Australian continent and often named the Sunshine State due to its warm tropical weather. It has emerged as the country's third most populous state, and Brisbane, its capital, has grown into a world-class metropolis and thrives as the fastest growing state in Australia, attracting professionals, businesses, families, and of course, tourists.
And what better way to explore Brisbane, known as the River City, than to experience a cruise down the river? Ooh, romantic.
Hello there. Here we are on the Kookaburra River Cruise and we are on the go.
We are actually on an authentic paddle wheeler boat. I haven't seen one of these. It's been around since the 1800s. Cool, man.
With wind gushing through my hair, beautiful scenery, and wonderful cuisine, I could enjoy this, guys.
Let us enjoy the scenery. Our classic and elegant paddle wheeler boat is called the River Queen 1 and was built based on Mississippi originals in 1988 and was recently restored in 2007.
The boat traverses the urban side of the Brisbane River and begins its journey on the Eagle Street Pier. It generally makes its way upriver where one can sit back, revel in the breeze and enjoy the view.
The cruise includes a seafood buffet lunch as well as wine and cheese. Just choose whatever whets your appetite. It's not just about cruising and eating,
Yeah, the best part about the Kookaburra is you get to let your hair down.
After all that delicious food, this is a great way to work out, man.
The next day, we travelled north of Brisbane, approximately an hour's drive on a newly named Steve Irwin Way, home to the crocodile hunter himself. Crikey!
Here we are at the Australia Zoo, the home of the crocodile hunter, the late Steve Irwin.
I hear that we can get up close and personal with the animals.
I'll show you how up close and personal we can get. Come on over, guys. Crikey! Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Welcome to Australia Zoo.
We came up close and personal with two of their popular animal celebrities, Ash, a 2.5-year-old koala, and Pedro, the baby American alligator.
I was excited to go to Australia Zoo because I've heard so much about Steve Irwin. I've watched so much of his programs.
Indeed, the late Steve Irwin has left a legacy in promoting the awareness and protection of wildlife. One of the attractions here at the zoo is the Crocoseum, where we witness trained birds and fearsome crocodiles live in an arena.
Yeah, the Crocoseum was interesting. It's my first time actually seeing an alligator up front, a huge one. It was nice. It was a good experience to actually see things. You know, it's live right in front of you.
Finally, after whetting our appetite on all things wildlife, it's time to do a little shopping and bring home a little bit of Steve Irwin home with us. Stuffed animals, magnets, snow globes and all sorts of souvenirs can be purchased at the Crocoseum boutique. No worries about authenticity, as everything here is 100% Australian made.
Crikey! Look at that! What a beauty!
We know. We know.
As Jacqueline seems to enjoy wildlife, we travelled 100 kilometres north of Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast for a wet and wild adventure with marine life.
Here we are at the Australian underwater world.
That's right, here we're able to see how they feed, care and protect all the marine animals right here the Aussie way.
Yes, the Aussie way, the Australian environment, and ladies, we are going to be getting wet. We're going to be going down under. Get it? Get it?
Oh my goodness. A multi-award winning tourist attraction, Underwater World boasts thousands of marine and freshwater animals that you can touch and feel, from the smallest sea cucumbers to the giant sharks on display. Perfect for the family.
The establishment also frequently changes its exhibitions and programs to ensure that visitors who have come here before will still have a fresh and new experience. Such a one is the Crawley Creature exhibit, where marine animals you never thought existed are on display in all its creepy glory.
Well, I was quite excited to get to see all the animals, especially all the sharks and all the other different types of underwater animals. Yeah.
One of the main highlights of this place is the 80-meter-long transparent tunnel that goes through an oceanarium holding 2.5 million litres of seawater. One can even view shark feedings, or if you're braver than most, you can opt to swim with the sharks. Not for the faint-hearted.
Ooh, but if danger is not your fancy, the seal show is also quite a crowd pleaser, with trained seals showing off the antics under the supervision of trained staff. So clever are the seals.
Now here is where we prepare our Aussie ambassador for the chance of a lifetime to actually swim with the seals on their turf. Pool. Let's go, time to get wet.
I think it felt really nice. It was a unique experience. It's not something that you actually get to experience on a daily basis, swimming with the seal, although the water was a bit cold. But nevertheless, I think it was worth it because it was an experience that I won't forget for a very, very long time.
All in all, it was a truly moving experience for our Aussie ambassador. Now we're going to go for a short break, but stay tuned when My Aussie Adventure returns.
Welcome back to My Aussie Adventure, and Jacqueline, our Aussie ambassador, is game to try out a lofty kind of adventure in the heart of Brisbane City.
Look, the Story Bridge.
I wonder why they call it the Story Bridge. There must be a lot of stories up there, huh?
Very, very true. Well, that's how it looks like from down here. Wait till you see what it looks like from up there. Let's go.
Built in 1940, the Story Bridge is a kilometre long and towers 80 metres above the Brisbane River. Was Jacqueline prepared for this adventure?
I'm not afraid of heights and I'm up for a good adventure.
That's the spirit, Jacqueline, worthy of our Aussie ambassador. I know I was quite apprehensive with my fear of heights coming to the fore.
Ayo, nothing to worry about, Lanas. As usual, safety is always first here in Australia. On top of the safety equipment, we even went on a climb simulator to familiarise ourselves with the conditions at the top of the Story Bridge.
But nothing could prepare us as we ascended one of the only 3 bridge climb experiences in the world. As we climbed towards the highest point, we could feel the structure groan and squeak as we were exposed to the elements. It felt as if the Story Bridge was this gargantuan creature of steel and concrete, a living, breathing structure with a life of its own pulsing through its steel veins. But as we reached the top, the view was absolutely breathtaking as we took a 360-degree turn, watching all of Brisbane splayed out in front of us.
When you look at the view, we are approximately 80 meters above the Brisbane River. We are at the summit of the Story Bridge.
Romantic? Yeah, probably if my boyfriend had proposed to me on top of the bridge, it would have been romantic. Yeah, it would have been really cool to actually, have a wedding or a proposal on top of the bridge. Those who actually did it, yeah, it was something that you would remember down memory lane. The Story Bridge climb was a really good climb. It was 1,138 stairs high up and it was 80 meters high, so it was a really good climb and I'm up for a good adventure. Yeah, and I think it would have been better if we could actually climb it during the twilight, where we could actually see the whole Brisbane in the night. That would have been really spectacular.
After that exhilarating adventure, we're on the road again and our destination, the Gold Coast!
Located on the southeast corner of Queensland, it's only 45 minutes to an hour's drive south of Brisbane. The Gold Coast is renowned for its sunny subtropical climate, extensive waterways and canals, high-rise buildings, and best of all, popular surfing beaches and a wide variety of tourist attractions.
This is really something that probably we should bring back home in Malaysia, something that we should do, to encourage, to protect the wildlife. I think it's something good. It's also a good way of educating the people.
Well, what better way to enjoy Australia than fish and chips beside the beach?
Not to waste any time, that very night we took Jacqueline to see the stars, but not quite like the stars you see at night or even the stars you see in Hollywood.
Alright, here we are at the Springbrook Natural Bridge and we're ready to go and see some glowworms.
We've got our ponchos on because it's raining and we are going in the rainforest.
So let's go and see some glow worms. Get it? Get it?
Going for the glowworm tour was like going on a National Geographic documentary. And we were going all, in the night, in the dark. And on top of that, it was raining and we were given torchlights. So it was like making a documentary for a National Geographic special.
Many creepy crawly things dwell in this rainforest.
Well, the leaf-tailed lizard was a bit creepy though, because it was right in front of us on the tree. Like he knew when to stop and he knew when there were animals along the way. Suppose he had very good knowledge of the whole jungle himself.
Indeed, our Aborigine guide was one with the forest as he led us to our first encounter with glowworms.
When I first saw the glowworm, I think I was very captivated by it because I didn't think they would actually look like that, like little stars, up in the sky, and there were so many of them all around you.
Yeah, their body has a chemical reaction with the oxygen and that makes their glowing appearance. The females are brighter than the males. The males are the dull ones we see. People think it's a dominance thing, but it's really just to help them get through their life cycle. The life cycle, they start off like an egg for around 1 week. They go hatch into the glowworm, which we saw earlier today, and they're like that for 9 to 10 months. They then go into cocoon like butterflies for 1 week, and then they hatch into mosquito-looking insects, and they are females live for 1 to 3 days, and males live for about 4 to 6. Their scientific name is Arachnocantha flava, and they're actually related to the spider family.
Ah, they're related to spiders!
Jangan takut, Daphne. I will protect you.
Then who's gonna protect you?
Well, anyway, after that beautiful spectacle, we were introduced to the different aspects of the Aborigine culture. Thomas, our guide, gave us a little lesson on the didgeridoo.
Since it is a sacred Aboriginal belief that women were not allowed to play the didgeridoo, and as isn't much for blowing, we decided to try our hand at percussions instead.
They also gave us lessons on the tools of the Aborigine trade. We were also given the opportunity to try out the ancient dances of the emu, the snake, the kangaroo, and many others. It's wonderful to see the sterling efforts of contemporary Aborigines salvaging and conserving their culture through their art, their music, and through their dance.
Whoa!
So guys, who are your favorite superheroes?
Superman!
Batman!
Oh, Batman is it? Well, have we got a surprise for you, Jacqueline? Shall we, my lady?
We shall indeed. Totally psychedelic, man.
It's 40 meters high. We're going to go 85 kilometers. It produces 4.5 G. That's more than a shuttle launch. Would you guys like to try it for yourself?
He's so brave.
Yes, he was, Daph, and yes, we were told that the Force is the same as a space shuttle launch. Holy G-Force, Batman!
And brave Jacqueline has finally decided that rides are her ultimate weakness.
Whoa! That was... Thank you so much for your courage. 4.5 Gs, man!
85 kilometers per hour! 40 meters high!
What a ride! Yeah, we come all the way down here to Queensland and we meet Malaysians!
Say hello, everyone!
Whoa! After all that adrenaline, we decided to cool off our nerves with the many games and activities.
And there's so many of them. So for the benefit of our viewers, allocate at least one whole day for you to really enjoy your experience at Movie World, as we simply just did not have enough time to see and do everything.
Movie World also employs the latest technology to bring fun and laughter for everyone, such as this particular booth that employs green screen and high-definition technology.
And here's our very own music video to prove it.
It's a mole! It's a bloody mole! It's got hairs. It's like it's looking at me. I'm scared.
That is not groovy, baby. Absolutely not groovy.
Alright, so do you think we're also groovy looking, as psychedelic as you?
Smashing, baby. You especially.
All right. Well, she takes a look at how smashing we are. We're going to take a quick break. Isn't that right, Jacqueline?
Let's take a longer break.
After the break.
Woohoo! All right, as usual, in the final part of this particular series, Jacqueline will be hosting one particular segment on her own.
So, hold on. We'll try and see how well she performs in this segment. Get it? Get it? So you'll see in just a bit.
Let's see how she does as a real Aussie ambassador.
We are here at the Holden Performance Driving Centre and I'm about to go in 4 hot laps in a Holden V8 SS Commodore. So let the car do all the talking. In Malaysia, I've only drove about 100, not more than that. Well, at first I thought that I was riding a Holden car on my own. I didn't know that we would be taken by a driver. After all, when I was told that we were actually going to be taken around, I was thinking, wow, that sounds better. Well, I was looking forward to it because I've never driven on a race car, so I was really looking forward to seeing how fast we would actually go. My first impression when I seen the car, I didn't think that was actually a sports car, but I was quite surprised the way the car was on the circuit. Yeah, it was just it was not what I expected it. Yeah, so it was quite a good experience. It was an exhilarating experience. It was a bit scary, especially at the corners. It felt like you were actually going to knock into, the dividers there, the cones there. So yeah, it was a good experience though. Real adrenaline rush. When he went off track, it felt a bit like he was going to knock, like he was actually going off track, but actually I think he had a good hold of the car. So yeah, I felt safe. I had a lot of confidence in the driver. He seemed like he knew what he was doing. Safety, no problem.
Oh, it is fast! Yes, I'm really enjoying it though! Malaysians, if you're ever in the Gold Coast, you have to try this. This is definitely a must try here. Woo!
As our adventures come to a close, we asked our Aussie ambassador what her best experience was.
Among all the activities that we've done throughout the 6 days that we were here, I think the best activity would be the Story Bridge climb. And I think I've learned a lot from this trip.
Alright, here we are at Brisbane Airport. So Jack, how has it been so far?
It has been 6 exciting and tiring days here in Brisbane, Queensland, which I've truly enjoyed.
Truly enjoyed it. Good for you.
And although it's our last episode for My Aussie Adventure, there's still a chance for you guys to win your very own adventure here in Australia. Here's how. Log on to www.tv3.com.my/AussieAdventure to vote now for your favorite Aussie ambassador and stand a chance to win 2 return Malaysia Airlines tickets to any Malaysia Airlines gateway in Australia. Terms and conditions apply.
It's so easy, right? So remember to vote, vote, vote. Okay, Jack, it's been a pleasure having you as our final Aussie ambassador.
Ooh, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Thank you very much once again. And if you've been voting and you just have no luck, don't worry, fly with the world's best cabin staff via Malaysia Airlines. These guys fly 7 times weekly to Brisbane, Queensland to have your own Aussie adventure. Alright, remember, their adventure is your adventure too! Yes, welcome to My Aussie Ambassador. My Aussie Ambassador.
Here we are on the river...
Yang itu, misai ka tanglong. And he's been voting and voting and voting and you've been.